Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest edition of Coping with COVID. My name is Jordan Nace. I am the membership director of the Greater Chambersburg Chamber of Commerce. And if you, our wonderful guest today, will come on and have a business interview with me, please just leave a comment below and I will be sure to get back to you in a timely fashion. But switching focus to our guest today, she joined the chamber just this year in February, early February, and we were super excited to do a ribbon cutting grand opening celebration with her. But unfortunately, the brakes were pressed on that, and we're still awaiting a day to do that grand opening and ribbon cutting. And as the chamber membership director, obviously when folks join the chamber, I want to do my best to introduce them to as many folks as possible, as many different chamber members as possible. And given that we haven't been able to have any events, I haven't been able to introduce this lady to every member that I'd like to. So I figured I'd give her the opportunity to come on this series, this Coping with COVID series, introduce herself and tell her all about her business. She is the owner of Rockstar Cheer here in Chambersburg, Kimberly Shafer. Kimberly, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jordan. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Pardon me if my voice, fades off here. It's because of all the doggone Zooms I've been doing lately, but I promise I enjoy it, and hopefully you enjoy this interview as well. So first and foremost, Kimberly, just as I shared, I want to get you out the chamber functions, but we haven't been able to have any for me to really introduce you to everyone. So please go ahead and give us, a little bio about yourself. Tell us about yourself. How you got into cheerleading. Obviously, I hope you're into cheerleading if you started a cheerleading, franchise. And tell us exactly what Rockstar Cheer is here in Chambersburg.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually started in the gymnastics industry years and years ago as a very small child. Grew up in gymnastics, and then when I was a teenager, I switched to cheerleading, and I actually really, really hated it at first. It took one competition and some of my teammates to really open my eyes to see how much fun it was and how much I enjoyed, the adrenaline rush of competing and some of the different aspects of it that you didn't have as much in gymnastics. And I think I probably started dreaming of opening a gym in my early teen years. It wasn't long after I started within the industry. And I am just super, super excited to be able to bring this franchise into our area. Rockstar Cheer actually started in South Carolina. We are location number 17 for them right now. We span 9 different states, from out in Arizona. We have a Las Vegas location, up to Rhode Island. And it's really exciting for me to be able to have that network and have that family of resources, not only for the cheerleading aspect, but for the business aspect and just the support behind everything. So we are planning to offer not only competitive all-star cheerleading, but we also have tumbling classes, and once we're allowed to be within 6 feet of each other, we will have stunting classes and a lot of the different aspects of cheerleading, as well as some, beginner 3 to 6 year old classes really working on motor skills and development. And right now, obviously, Ninja CrossFit is super, super in, so we have kind of our own unique blend of that as well, for more towards the male demographic, the 5 to 12-year-old boys, called RockFit. So we're really excited to get that rolling out too. So right now we're just kind of hanging out, ready to roll.
Yeah, that's really neat. I enjoy talking to our different members because, again, that rock fit that you mentioned there, although I don't fit into that age group, that's something neat that I didn't know that you guys offered. So not only, and obviously cheerleading is both gender, male and female, but obviously for rock fit, that's a neat little program for, young males that aren't interested in cheerleading to still come in and stay fit and, come in and enjoy themselves. So that's really, really cool. Wanted to ask you, you listed some big cities there, named some big cities there. What drove you to the Chambersburg area? I'm really happy that you're here, and obviously living in cities like Las Vegas and whatnot, putting Chambersburg in the same breath. Why'd you choose the Chambersburg location?
So I actually grew up in Greencastle. I moved around a little bit. I've been out to Pittsburgh, up in Williamsport. I was in Harrisburg for a while, but I have kids, and it was just way easier being close to my family. So we decided to move back home, and it just kind of, the cards just kind of fell into my lap, that the way this was able to happen, and some of the network and the connections that we have, that we were able to make this a reality.
Well, I'm really happy you guys are here, and I'm sure a lot of parents are really excited you're here as well, and a lot of kids, the whole 9 yards. So, wishing you nothing but success here as everything moves forward. Wanted to ask you. Obviously, the name of this series is coping with COVID, and you shared, and I shared with everyone that you are a new business here in the Chambersburg, Franklin County community. What has this coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic been like for you? I mean, I'm sure it's just been an absolute whirlwind.
Yeah, so we were actually supposed to open our doors April 1st. So obviously that has really thrown a wrench into everything. We do not, have a projected opening date at this point in time, just because we, as a youth indoor recreational activity, we are not slated to open, or not given the green light to reopen until Franklin County enters the green phase, which no one really knows exactly what that looks like at this point in time. Um, we have been running Zoom classes. They are free and they are open to the public. So we've become quite the Zoom masters. We have classes for strength training, conditioning to keep kids active, some flexibility classes, some classes that we offer jump drills. And we actually just started yesterday a class for our 3 to 6 year olds, just to kind of help burn some energy off. I have a 4-year-old, so it was super exciting for me to be able to put her in front of the computer for a half hour and have her do a bunch of jumping jacks and tire her out a little bit. Um, so we have been doing that to try to keep kids engaged and just kind of promote ourselves, even though we can't have our business open yet. We have had between 50 to 60 kids across 4 different states join our classes. So that's been really exciting. Just really getting to know kids from all over. We run them live, but we are able to engage with them. We have at least 3 of our coaches on at all times, just to kind of work with them and give feedback and get to know them, and hopefully, develop that relationship that if they choose to come train with us once we are able to open, they feel comfortable and confident in us and what we offer.
So just to
So
be yeah, just to be clear, this is a free Zoom session that any, you know, child or whatnot for what's the age groups really that you're focusing on? I apologize, Kimberly.
So our Little Rockers class is designed for 3 to 6 year olds,
Okay.
but we have 4 other classes that are pretty much open to anybody. Um, if we tell you that there are modifications you can do if you don't feel comfortable doing something. I mean, it's all basically strength and drill training, stretching, stuff like that. It's nothing over the top. But yeah, it's completely free. Our probably biggest demographic is like 10 to 13 right now, years old. But yeah, it's been great. We've had a lot of kids jump in. We've had some guest coaches from our different Rockstar locations. One of them is a world champion. He is a reigning world champion with his team from last year. And then we had the owner of the Rockstar brand actually host a Rockstar wide Zoom class all last weekend. He did it by level. And we were able to get some kids jumping in with that, and getting to know some of the other Rockstar athletes throughout the different locations. And it's been really neat to see our kids meeting new people and developing. And even just, we've been doing this is our 8th week. So we have been running a lot of workouts. But even just in that 8 weeks, we've seen kids tremendously grow in their flexibility and their strength. That way, when we can open, it's not going to be as hard on them physically to get back into the swing of things.
8 weeks. It's almost hard to fathom. I can't even believe this thing has been stretching about 8 weeks, but that's really cool. What I would, if you don't mind, after this interview today, send me an email over. That way I can get some of those links that I can share, on our chamber page, and I'll also share when I post this video as well. I know there's plenty of members that have kids in that demographic that I'm sure they're just searching for things to get their children involved with. So that seems like it'd be a really good way to burn some energy out, and hopefully the kids go to bed a little bit early that evening. Um,
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you, we had talked about this a little bit before we had jumped on this Zoom call here, but I was curious, from a government assistance standpoint. I mean, I'm sure you're not in a boat alone. I'm sure there was plenty of businesses that were just looking to open up when all of this hit the fan. Um, what have you been able to get government assistance? Where are you guys at in that whole realm right now?
So we are very, very fortunate, actually. I've said many, many, many silent prayers of thanks that we're in the situation that we're in. we have not been able to get any kind of assistance because we never officially opened. So we don't have the credit history. We haven't had the payroll yet because we haven't had anybody to pay. But we also at this point in time have not had any expenses. So we haven't had the necessity to take out loans or, search for assistance. And, it's something that I'm just so grateful for because I don't have to worry about increasing my prices to my demographics and have them then have to make that up. It's something that I can continue to stay as low as possible. So I've been very, very fortunate that we're in the situation that we're in financially.
Well, I'm really, really happy to hear that all worked out for you, and obviously wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Again, I hope we can get to that green level or whatnot sooner rather than later. Have you? Where are you guys going to be located then, Kimberly? Out of curiosity, where are you guys going to be at for folks whenever your building is ready to rock and roll?
So we are going to be downtown Chambersburg in the old Public Opinion Warehouse. They have been remodeling it. They were able to go back to work on Friday. I should be getting an update here within this week as far as when we can, expect our construction to be completed and hopefully begin to get some more guidance on when that opening can happen. But
Well,
yeah, we're going to be downtown.
That's really exciting. I had just moved downtown with my girlfriend not too long ago, and it's a wonderful place to be. And we're only looking to continue to make it better here moving forward. So you will be a great addition to the downtown community, and we look forward to you getting down there. So again, these end too short, but really you answered all of my questions. Wanted to, obviously I am far from perfect. I don't have every single question written down that I'm sure you wanted me to ask here today. So just want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything else that you'd like to share while we're on this video here today, Kimberly?
Yeah, the cheerleading industry as a whole, there definitely is going to be a new normal. And, if it is something that you have ever had any interest in being affiliated with, it is something that we know that the industry is going to be changing, and we have been very much so on top of what those changes are going to look like. We've been, we have 16 other programs that we are able to across the nation kind of confer with internally and decide, these are kind of the changes that we want to see in our program moving forward. This is what we want to see as a brand, and this is how we're going to unite ourselves to make us a good option for anybody in the industry. And it is going to be a very, very different looking industry from what anybody that's already in it is used to. But we are very, very aware of that and have been making a lot of changes to ensure, our prices stay as low as they can to be able to provide to as many people as possible in this time. It has a reputation of being a very expensive sport, and that's something we're very conscious of. And we are doing everything we can. We published right before this happened, we published a handbook with all of our pricing. And we have since gone back to all of our vendors and said, this is the situation. What are you able to do? How are you kind of, changing what you offer for us to be able to offer for our families to try to find even more savings? Travel is something that we're looking very, very heavily at, and, not being as travel oriented in our competitions and trying to stay local to not only cut the competition costs, but the travel associated with that, because that, that's its own expense in the sport as well. So it's something that is a very different outlook for us. But like I said, with 16 other locations that routinely communicate through chat, group chats, and we have conference calls every week. So it's something that we're really able to internally work for to make sure that we're staying, as relevant as we can in what's going on and make it the best option for as many people as we can.
Well, the word resiliency's come up in a lot of these, videos I've been doing, and I know you're resilient as well, and I know you'll get through it all. Really excited to see you guys up and running, and I think it'll be a really good thing. Like as I shared for the downtown community, and I know a lot of parents are looking forward to you guys being open to get their kids enrolled and whatnot. So, Kimberly, again, thank you so much for coming on here this afternoon. Wanted to give you the opportunity to give your information out there, your contact information out there to any member or any individual that may be listening here to our interview and want to get their kids enrolled in your program.
Yes, so you can find us on pretty much any social media platform. We are on Facebook as Rockstar Cheer Chambersburg. We are on Instagram, Rockstar_Chambersburg. Our website is www.rockstarchambersburg.com. And at the risk of sounding redundant, our email is also rockstarchambersburg@gmail.com. Please, please, please reach out to us. We can get you into the band groups for our workouts, and we can talk to you about what the season's going to look like and what we're going to be offering both as classes and as an elite cheerleading program.
Well, it's all about continuity. I would expect everything to be Rockstar Cheer Chambersburg. That's quite all right. That's good marketing. So, hey, Kimberly, look, really appreciate it as I shared. We look forward to helping you out here however we can moving forward. And whenever you do figure out a date to do the grand opening ribbon cutting celebration, we'll make sure we're there to help you out. So again, thanks for coming on today. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk here moving forward. Okay.
All right, great. Thank you so much. You as well.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.